I'm a little late to the party, seeing how it's been more than a month since the year started, but Happy New Year! Happy 2026. I hope you had a good New Year's Eve party. I hope you had a good start into the year. 2025 has been pretty eventful for me. There were a lot of incidents. And what better way to talk about them than to make a tier list and ranking all of them?
Welcome to my Incidents of 2025 tier list. Let me introduce you to the tiers. First, we have noise. Pretty self-explanatory. It's just a good thing that happened to me, a net positive. I don't have anything to complain about. Second, we have meh. It's not bad, it's not great either. It was meh. Then we have hey. At least it was character development. Last but not least, there's straight up traumatizing. So that's fun. Let's get started. So, first of all, we have my move. As you can probably tell from this video, I moved apartments. I moved together with one of my partners. And I would put the move itself more at meh. Because I do like the apartment a lot. There's still a lot of things that need to be fixed. When we moved in, there was the good old landlord special. If you know, you know. The apartment itself was pretty nice. The moving process was not so much. All in all, it was okay. So I would put it in the meh category. Then we have me getting a tattoo. Actually vlogged about this. I got a tattoo of my cat. I will just put it straight up in the noise category because the tattooing experience was fun. The tattoo itself turned out really, really well. I love it. No complaints from here. It's one of my fondest memories of 2025. Then we have my cat almost dying. Wonder where I should put this one. I'm gonna put it into straight up traumatizing because it was. Let me try and give you the TLDR, which probably will still be very long. Touché got a cold. We called the vet. The vet said, hey, it's just a cold, nothing to worry about. Gave us anti-congestants. And then she got worse and worse and worse to the point of barely being able to breathe. And then suddenly one pupil was bigger than the other. It was like all happening one after the other. I think we went to the emergency vet 4 days in a row because every time we got home, the next day there would be a new symptom. First it was the breathing troubles, then it was one eye being bigger than the other, then it was suddenly her being unable to stand up straight and being super wobbly. There was one night that was particularly bad where she was just straight up laying there and not moving, not reacting to anything. She was still breathing, but she was completely like limp, and I legit thought she was going to pass away. I will be very honest. No one could really tell us what exactly was going on. It could have been a middle ear infection. I don't know if that's the right word to use. It could be pneumonia, it could be even cancer, like a tumor in her brain. No one could tell us exactly what it was. I'm not trying to be dramatic. It's just, it was a really hard time. I really love my cat. She's part of my family. So it was hard seeing a family member of mine apparently passing. We treated her for the middle ear infection and pneumonia, gave her antibiotics, and thank fuck she got better. I think the vets that were there for us really saved her life. In the end, all that matters is that she's doing better now. She's still not completely back to normal, but she's doing a lot better, and I'm just so grateful to have more time with her, no matter how much that time will be. So now from one super serious topic to a bit of a less serious one. My job hunt in 2025 was pretty crazy because I changed jobs. It's just straight up jumped into, hey, at least it was character development. That's the correct tier, I would say. I straight up changed jobs 3 times this year. The first job I started at the beginning of the year. Sadly, the company was restructuring, so they didn't really have any place for me anymore. So they let me go, which was a shock to me because they had praised my work performance before, and they did say that they weren't unhappy with me or that it was because of my work ethic or anything. It was just that they were restructuring the company. And honestly, I went straight up into panic mode and just accepted the very first job offer that I got. And I ignored a lot of red flags from that particular job, which I shouldn't have. I just really didn't want to be jobless and have to deal with the job center because bureaucracy in Germany is truly no joke. And yeah, I just accepted the first job that would have me. Huge mistake. How do I put this diplomatically? The working conditions were difficult. There was a toxic work environment, to use LinkedIn speak. Let's just say that my boss and my coworker were screaming, and I do mean screaming. I don't mean like a fight or a discussion. I mean like they were straight up screaming at each other a lot of times, like multiple times a week. So I'm smiling right now. I'm smiling through the pain. It was horrible. I had anxiety going to work almost every single day. So I went straight back to the job search, and luckily I found something relatively quickly. Just quit that job, and now I'm working at another job. It's going really well so far. Fingers crossed that it will continue to go well, because like I said, I like that job and I need a job. And yeah, that was shit. But it was, I guess it was character development. I mean, I'm now pretty good at job interviews, I do have to say so myself. So next we have the Kaidan convention. I'm just gonna straight up put it in the nice category. This is very representative of all of the conventions I went to this year, but especially like the Kaidan convention was a lot of fun. It's a horror themed convention here in Germany, and it's so cool. I went with my girlfriend and I had a great time. Let's get to one of the biggest incidents of 2025. I had weight loss surgery. I got a stomach balloon implanted, and I have to say, I will have to put it in the meh category. I will also try to keep this short, which I know is not my strong suit. Back in August, I got the surgery to get the balloon implanted. I originally wanted to make like a whole thing out of it. I wanted to make like a small documentary, like vlogging my experience and stuff. But pretty quickly after the operation, I just realized I didn't have the energy for that. So I guess this is me trying to make up for that. Stomach balloon is part 2 of my weight loss surgery plan. It's basically where a balloon is filled with liquid and placed into my stomach so that my stomach space is extremely small, so I lose more weight before the actual gastric bypass surgery. The surgery to take out the balloon is actually very soon, in 2 weeks actually, in February. And then the final surgery to get the gastric bypass will be mid-March. So a lot of surgeries coming up very quickly, one after the other. I'm pretty terrified, because the reason why I put this in the meh category is because it's kind of in between the nice and the straight up traumatizing category. And I feel like it was not character development for me personally. Pain after the surgery was horrible. I think that was the worst pain I've ever experienced. Like, my stomach was hurting so bad. I was nauseous constantly for like 2 weeks after the surgery. So I'm really, really scared of what's to come when I have the gastric bypass, or even before that, when I get the balloon taken out. Very much not looking forward to that. It was traumatizing a little bit, but it was also probably the best decision I've ever made. I've actually lost 40 kilograms from August till now, which is January. I lost 40 kilograms. I think that's about 88 pounds. 88, I think. I feel much more energized. I don't get tired so easily. I can be more active. My joints don't hurt anymore. My joints were basically constantly hurting, especially my hip and my knee. It doesn't hurt anymore. It's crazy. I feel just so much healthier. It was very much the right decision for me. I can't speak for everyone, obviously, but ultimately, I'm very glad I did it. But yeah, just because of like the pain and how horrible I felt after the surgery, I can't put it in the nice category. I would be lying to myself. Speaking of, with surgery and the dramatic weight loss in a very short amount of time, there are quite a few positives and negatives. One of the negatives, funnily enough, is that a lot of my clothes don't fit anymore, which I didn't think I would actually be so upset by, but there are a few pieces that I really love and now they don't fit anymore. And I mean, I can try to sew them smaller, but then again, like in a few months I will be even smaller again, and then like, you know, it's like a whole thing. Anyway, one of the bad things that happened were that I lost so much hair. I had really bad hair loss for about 2 months, and I'm gonna put that, I know this is gonna sound dramatic, but hear me out, I'm gonna put that into the straight up traumatizing category. Let me explain. It's not even that it was like my hair was falling out and I didn't feel like I looked like myself anymore. It was also the fact that it was completely out of my control. Something was happening to my body that I had no control over, and that was scary. It was truly scary. Like every time I went to take a shower, I was terrified of washing my hair because I would literally just pull clumps of hair out. It was really a lot of hair. Yeah, that was a fun experience. As far as I can tell, it has stopped, but my hair has not grown back. My hair is so much thinner than it was before, and it feels bad. Like I feel weird looking at myself in the mirror sometimes because it's like, this is not my head. Like my hair is such a big part of a person's looks. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish I could say I'm above that. I wish I could say I don't care. But I would be lying. I'm not above it. And I also think it's okay to struggle with it. And it's also okay to be upset by it. That was my tier list. What do we think? I didn't put too much things in there because I didn't want to overcrowd it with things that didn't actually matter to me quite as much. I probably forgot some stuff because my memory's shit. What can I say? But yeah, shout out to my surgeons who did the surgery. I'll be back soon. I don't even know. And that was the biggest incidents of 2025 in a nutshell. I think, once again, my memory is not the best. With my energy levels being a lot better than they ever were. Not just because of the weight loss, but also because I'm finally taking medication for my ADHD. I've been a lot more motivated to be creative, just do things in general. And I also want to film more. No promises, I know I'm very inconsistent, but I do have some fun projects I want to do and I think they would also make fun videos. I don't think I have anything more to say, so thank you so much for watching. I hate to be that person, but I will be. Please give my video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more videos, and maybe I'll see you in another one. Bye!